find that its entire body is covered by non-cellular cuticle. This non-cellular cuticle is below the epidermal layer or it is below the epidermal axis. Cuticle, जैसे मैंने आपको बताया था, बहुत सारे functions perform करता है. The cuticle keeps the body or the outer layer of earthworm moist in nature. First thing. Second thing is that cuticle, as I told you, it also acts in various stages. It also acts over the protection of the earthworm. Cuticle दो muscular layers का बना होता है. As you can see, the circular layers as well as the longitudinal layers. And you will find along with the cuticle layer below the epidermis, we have the coelomic epithelium. We all know, बहुत अच्छे से जानते हैं कि coelomic epithelium, epithelial cells, चाहे वो earthworm में हो या हमारी body में हो, epithelium cells, they have one major function and that is protection. So all the epithelium cells here, it not only protects the body of the earthworm but also keeps the body layer moist in nature. आगे आएंगे epidermis की तरफ बात करेंगे. तो अगर आप epidermis देखेंगे तो single layer, जितने भी epidermal cells हैं earthworm में, it is made up of single layer of columnar epithelial cells. ये columnar epithelial cells, इसमें बहुत सारे अगर आप देखेंगे तो आपको secretory gland cells मिलेंगे. The columnar epithelial cells, the most of the time they contain secretory gland cells. ये time to time बहुत सारे secretions earthworm अपने skin से, अपने outer layer से करता है, जिसकी वजह से because of which the earthworm is able to stay over the moist soil. अब बात करेंगे alimentary canal की. This whole structure, as I told you, right from segment number 1 to the segment number 34, you will find that this whole is the alimentary canal of the earthworm. एक straight tube है जो first, it's a straight tube which runs from the first segment to the last segment of the earthworm. एक terminal mouth आप देख रहे हैं. The mouth opens into the buccal cavity. The mouth which opens into the buccal cavity and that is segment number 1 to 3. जैसा मैंने पहले भी बताया, नीट वालों को ये चीज बहुत अच्छे से याद रखनी है that they have to remember the segment number 1 to 3. That means the mouth as well as the buccal cavity, it lies into the segment number 1 to 3. इसके बाद हम लोग थोड़ा सा आगे आएंगे. जैसा मैंने आपको बताया था that the mouth, it leads into what you rightly call as the pharynx. As you can see, the pharynx, it lies into the segment number 4 to 5. The pharynx, it lies into the segment number 4 to 5. And you will find the pharynx is obviously muscular in nature. We all know about the purpose of the pharynx, clear, responsible for various respiratory processes, exchange of gases, etc. Coming back to the segment number 5 to 7, you will find that it lies with esophagus. As you can see, esophagus, later on, esophagus, थोड़ा सा नीचे आएंगे तो it forms again the muscular gizzard. Gizzard, it lies into the segment number 8 to 9. और gizzard का main काम churning of food, intermixing of the soil particles which an earthworm eats. Along with that, it's also one of the main function is the mixing of humus which is present in the soil and the decaying leaves which an earthworm eats. After that, we come into the segment number 9 to 14, that is what you rightly call as stomach. Stomach, unlike other organisms, as you can see, stomach is segmented. Stomach is a little long, slender, and you will find that stomach, again I repeatedly say that it lies in segment number 9 to 14. अगर आप stomach में देखेंगे तो जो earthworm basically खाता है, the food of the earthworm is actually dead and decaying matter. Earthworm मिट्टी भी खाता है और stomach, जैसा मैंने बताया था, stomach contains calciferous glands. These calciferous glands helps in neutralizing the humus which is present in the soil. जिसको earthworm खाता है, उस humus को जो soil में मिट्टी में present होता है, उसको neutralize करने का काम calciferous gland करता है. It is the calciferous gland which helps the neutralizing the humus which is present in the soil, along with the digestion of the dead as well as the decaying leaves or the substance which is being eaten by the earthworm. Coming back, stomach के बाद थोड़ा सा आगे चलेंगे, you will find कि intestine 15 segments से start होता है. As you can see that the intestine, it starts from the 15th segment of the earthworm. So the intestine of earthworm starts from the 15th segment. और earthworm का 15 segment से जो intestine start होता है, ये पूरा 34 segment तक. In fact, this whole is intestine of the earthworm. So from 15th segment to 34th segment, this whole is the intestine of earthworm. जैसा मैंने आपको इसके बारे में बताया था. And you will find कुछ शॉर्ट एंड कोनिकल पेयर इस तरीके का, इसको हम लोग सीके, बेसिकली सीके प्रोजेक्ट बोलते हैं, या ये 26 सेगमेंट में आपको दिखाई देगा. दिस इज इंटेस्टाइनल सेगमेंट. सो इन द 26 सेगमेंट ऑफ द इंटेस्टाइन ऑफ अर्थवर्म यू विल फाइंड द इंटेस्टाइनल सीकम. क्लियर? अब इंटेस्टाइन 26 सेगमेंट को छोड़ देंगे, ठीक है, आफ्टर 26 सेगमेंट, तो यू विल फाइंड 23rd to 25th segment. Where from? From 23rd to 25th segment of the intestine. If you will see, from 23rd to 25th segment of the intestine of earthworm. If you will see, from 23rd to 25th segment of the intestine of the earthworm, you will find some median fold of the dorsal wall. There are certain internal medial fold जो आगे पीछे दोनों है, dorsal wall, and this is commonly called as what you commonly name is as typhosole. It is also known as typhosola, या इसको हम लोग टाइफोसोल भी बोलते हैं. अब टाइफोसोल अर्थवर्म में क्या काम करता है? टाइफोसोल किसी भी अर्थवर्म में सरफेस एरिया के एब्जॉर्प्शन को बढ़ा देता है. इट इंक्रीजेस द सरफेस एरिया ऑफ द एब्जॉर्प्शन ऑफ द इंटेस्टाइन. इट इंक्रीजेस द सरफेस एरिया ऑफ एब्जॉर्प्शन of intestine. The typhosole, it increases the surface area of the absorption of the intestine. Clear? As you can see, एक छोटा सा small rounded aperture है. As you can see over this area, you have the small rounded aperture that is known as the anus. So the alimentary canal starting from mouth and ending to the anus of the earthworm, जैसा आप लोग देखेंगे. क्लियर? अब जो भी इंजेक्शन होता है अर्थवर्म का, वट एवर द काइंड ऑफ इंजेक्शन विच एन अर्थवर्म टेक्स प्लेस, ऑब्वियसली द इंजेक्शन, द डाइजेशन, द ब्रेक डाउन ऑफ द फूड पार्टिकल्स, दैट ऑल अकर्स इन द इंटेस्टाइन ऑफ द अर्थवर्म. जैसा मैंने बताया कि अर्थवर्म सॉइल रिच पार्टिकल्स खाता है, एंड बेसिकली दैट सॉइल कंटेन्स ह्यूमस. उसको